Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the Lionsgate 4K release of Universal Soldier. Channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at MovieGuy365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will leave a link for that in the description. Universal Soldier is here in 4K, released by Lionsgate. And the funny thing is, like, I have such fond memories of this movie. Yes, it's a little bit kind of like a Terminator type clone, but I always enjoyed it. I mean, I was at that time of this release, I was a huge Jean-Claude Van Damme fan. Dolph Lundgren was awesome. I really enjoyed this movie. It just, for some reason, never made it into my regular rotation here at home. But, you know, hey, hopefully the 4K release will solve that little problem. I'll tell you all about the picture quality and the audio in just a few moments. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie a lot, and I always it's just fun. It's that nice, you know, time frame where action movies were still action movies, and it was less about CGI, despite being like a futuristic kind of tale. I'm glad a lot of this was practical, and there was probably some early CGI thrown in there, but it never came across as like the main crux of the movie, obviously. So, but I do like it quite a bit. All right, let's do a quick unboxing, and then we're going to come back and talk about the picture quality and the audio. All right, we have Universal Soldier, nice looking slipcover here. It's been a while since I watched this one, but I remember owning the previous Blu Rays and DVDs and such, and I kind of dig the cover. It's very basic, but it's, you know, it's very reminiscent of the film. So we also have the rear cover there, and just basic standard fare from the slipcover. Underneath, same thing. Back cover, and then, you know, just real basic interior. All right, so that's it for Universal Soldier's unboxing. Let's take a quick look at the picture quality and the audio. I will say, of all the studios that currently produce discs in 4K, unfortunately, Lionsgate is not the most trustworthy. Now, if you told me a classic was coming out from Sony, Warner Brothers, you know what? I'm pretty much going to be resting at ease here. When it comes to Lionsgate, they're very hit or miss. I mean, recent examples like Daybreakers and The Doors, and, you know, they can fluctuate from great quality to, like, why was this even released here on disc in 4K if you're not going to do some kind of restoration on it? And unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast with this particular studio. I wish they would change that kind of thing. I don't know if they have the technology, or they have the willingness, or is it a cost kind of measure? I don't know. But, you know, as far as Universal Soldier goes, I think overall picture quality is fairly decent. It's not going to win them any awards, but it's not nearly as bad as, like, going back to Daybreakers is, or, you know, something like Crank. But Crank is more of a stylized thing. That was a very difficult review to go over. But anyway, so Universal Soldier does support a Dolby Vision encode, and I think for the most part it does its job fairly nice. The print has appropriate levels of film grain, and there's a lot of nighttime scenes. I think a lot of things that get kind of the winner here as far as the Dolby Vision goes is probably going to be the level of detail and dark, like black levels. There's a fair amount of shadow detail, looks good. Nighttime scenes look really, really nice. And overall, it's a cleaner image, but they didn't appear that they scrubbed it out with the excessive amount of DNR. But it looks, I think, overall better than what we ever got as far as a Blu Ray, obviously, and DVD. But it is, at the end of the day, going to be that Dolby Vision or HDR that really saves a movie like this on the format. We talk about resolutions all the time here, and it's for this one, it is not their best overall picture quality, but it's still, I feel, for if you're looking for that aspect alone, it is definitely worth an upgrade. I mean, it's a good looking image. There's only maybe a couple times it looked a little rough to me. I don't know if that was something that was just kind of like they just didn't get to it, or they just, you know, maybe glossed over. I mean, it's weird seeing sometimes inconsistent level as far as 4K and Dolby Vision goes. But for the most part, the picture quality, it is absolutely a worthy upgrade. DTS 5.1 is our audio choice here, and honestly, you know, even after popping in the Blu Ray, it's not going, like, the differences between a Blu Ray and what we got here in 4K, they're pretty, you know, pretty comparable. Like there wasn't any drastic change. There's no Dolby Atmos, unfortunately. I think that would have sounded cool. But also, it's maybe just the limit of the master and what they have available. Or once again, is it Lionsgate being cheap and not going full out with a full like new soundtrack? Who knows in this case? But I think overall, Universal Soldier, if you are a fan of the movie like I am, it is absolutely worth picking up in 4K. It's not going to set your world on fire. It's not going to be anybody's demo material. But I think for what we get from Lionsgate, and one of the things we can appreciate is that they generally are cheap at launch, is that, you know, it's I think a worthy upgrade over like what you previously owned, if you're a fan of the movie. As I said, it's relatively cheap right now, but I think, you know, I think it's worth it. So I'm going to give the overall grading of Universal Soldier a C+. It's worthy. It's worth it if you're really a fan, is what I'm really trying to say here. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Universal Soldier in 4K. Did you pick it up? And what were your impressions on the video quality? So go ahead and let me know in the comments. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I'll put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.